What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com giving you your full NXT recap. NXT exclusively on the WWE Network. This one is NXT 356, September 28, 2016, Full Sail University, which is in Orlando, Florida. Tom Phillips, Corey Graves are your commentators. This NXT actually started off with William Regal letting everybody know that Dusty Rhodes passed away last year. One of the things that he enjoyed that they did to honor him was a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And he said that he was going to bring it back this year, and it was going to be 16 teams, single elimination, and it would culminate at NXT TakeOver Toronto. And the first round of the Tag Team Classic would start next week, exclusively on the NXT show in the WWE Network. So they went on to the first match. It was Tye Dillinger versus Angelo Dawkins. This match was a strong 2, I'll let you know that. But it was a quick match dominated by Tye Dillinger, and the tiebreaker pretty much ended that match. Like I said, it was a strong match. It was 2 out of 5. But cool thing about this is that Bobby Roode came out and said, "Look, man, Tye, you're good. You're not perfect, but you are good." Of course, Tye Dillinger took exception to that. He was like, "Hold up, hear me out. I came to NXT for multiple things, but one of the things I came to the NXT for was to win that Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Championship. I want to win that tournament. I need the perfect partner. I'm asking you, join up with me, and then we can be what he called himself, the Glorious 10 or something like that." Well, no, the crowd was constantly chanting Glorious 10 when he was talking, but I think he said we could be perfectly glorious. So of course everybody was chanting, and Tye Dillinger mouthed, "I do it for you, Dusty," and looked up to the heavens. Then commentators and everybody was gloriously perfect. So it was variations of that: perfectly glorious, glorious 10, gloriously perfect, things of that nature. Then they cut away to Hideo Itami, and he's interviewed about facing Lince Dorado tonight. And he was like, "Hey, look, the dude is a good fighter. He's a strong fighter. He fights with heart. Unlike Austin Aries, Austin Aries, he doesn't even act like a man. He act like a baby. Maybe I need to put that baby to sleep again." Then you had your second match. You had the Ely brothers, who are twins. That was pretty cool. 2 big old dudes versus the Revival. I'm going to say this match was a 3 out of 5. I know you're going to wonder why, but that match never even got away. It was a no contest. Samoa Joe came running in between the Revival while the Ely brothers were in the ring, and he just started whooping on them boys. Kept dropping senton bombs on them over and over and over again. And he grabbed the mic and was like, "Hey, William Regal, this is because you can't make a decision. Either give me Shinsuke Nakamura or give me the championship. Either give me my belt or give me Shinsuke." He's like, "Eitherwise, these beatings gonna continue." Hey, the Revival, they didn't want nothing. They never went in the ring. They washed their hands of it. They clapped and went to the back. They didn't want none of that mad Samoa Joe. You know what they chant? "Joe's gonna kill you." Okay, now the wait is gonna be over. Next week on NXT, you're going to have Dan Mather. He's going to do his thing. He's going to show back up in the mix. Let's see if he having his skill sets that's going to impress us for a long, long time. Third match, you got Mandy Rose versus Ember Moon. This was probably my surprise of the night. This, in my opinion, was probably the match of the night. Mandy Rose, I've gotten a chance to see what Ember Moon can do. Mandy Rose, not so much. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that she is not just another pretty face, quote unquote. She actually has skills in the ring. That was actually a very physical match. I wish they'd have let the match go longer. Very physical match. When it was all said and done, Rose, even though she's pretty polished and and she actually did gel well and she did everything well in the ring, she just wasn't a match for Ember Moon. A bloodied by the mouth Ember Moon got that top rope stunner on Mandy Rose laid out. Like I said, that match is a 3 out of 5. Gargano and Ciampa said that they had a checklist to fulfill. First on the checklist to win the Dusty Rhodes Classic. That they said that's what they entered into NXT last year. Second on the list was beat the Revival. Third on the list was to win those tag team titles. Then they showed the Sanity promo again. Then your fourth match was the Authors of Pain versus Jesus Yurnet and Jonathan Cruz. Normally I don't like these dominant matches, but this was a good match. It was a 3 out of 5. It showed a new level of domination with them. They looked really, really good in the domination of the other side. The Authors of Pain looked really good in the domination of Jesus and Jonathan. They just found an entertaining way to dominate. So, they Authors of Pain did that tag team clothesline and Russian leg sweep tandem move. Paul Ellering got on the mic and spoke for the first time. He said the first chapter began with them arriving in NXT. And he said, now the next chapter will have a plethora of pain for everybody. And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. They cut away to William Regal getting asked about Shinsuke Nakamura, since Samoa Joe is destroying everybody. And he said, look, Shinsuke is an odd character. He doesn't always respond. He doesn't respond to text messages and my calls, so I really don't have an update. It was like, well, hey, do you have any info on the Dusty Rhodes Classic? He's like, oh yeah, I have info on that. Well, Blake and Murphy came in and they interrupted, and before, William Regal could even say anything, Blake and Murphy started blaming each other for their past tag team woes and why they split up, and they said that they were better now, but with the bickering, William Regal's like, man, it looks like y'all got issues to work out. Please get out of my office. So that was that. So, they did reveal some of the other competitors, though. Your fifth match, you have Liv Morgan versus Asuka. Of course, Liv Morgan called out Asuka, said that she didn't come to be at the bottom and stay at the bottom. And Liv Morgan delivered a dropkick, and it did nothing. Asuka made quick work of this woman. Liv Morgan, it was out of her league by far. Asuka got a quick win. The match was a 2 out of 5. It was just an average match. It was too quick. They asked Asuka who's next on the hit list, pretty much. Asuka said, hey, no one's ready for Asuka. Your sixth and final match was Hideo Itami versus Lince Dorado. And they recapped Austin Aries calling out Hideo, pretty much saying that he was a coward. Then Hideo coming from the back and coming at Austin Aries, and Austin Aries running to the back. And then, of course, it started the match. It was plenty of good moves, a lot of stuff that you could write home about. It's like, oh, man, did you see that standing drop kick while Hideo was on the top rope? And, he landed it flush in his face. It was stuff that you could really talk about in the match, but it never really got continuity going. So it actually ended up being, it could have either been a 3 or a 4 match. It was only a 2. It was just an average match. It was a 2 out of 5. But they had plenty of good stuff you could talk about in it. When it's all said and done, Hideo Itami got the GTS. He got to go to sleep on Lince, and that was the end of that. Hideo's celebrating, and of course Austin Aries come run from the back and attack him from behind, beating up on him until it looked like Hideo was about to actually turn the tables on Austin. And what did he do? He went and ran to the back. So, hey, subscribe to PlayTimeCares.com. I do more than just wrestling recaps. Find me on social media. It's always Playtime Cares. Thank you for looking. Playtime out.